Hello and welcome to Beyond the Plastic. My name is Leon Odenbrut and I am here to talk to you today about Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea. Specifically, the Elves faction and how to play them. Going into this, I'm going into here with an assumption that you know how to play Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea and that you're looking for a strategy guide to help you. And the Elves, to me, have two very distinctive ways that they can play. So let's get on it here real quick and we'll take a quick peek at the board. Here you can see that the board is set up, and this is, you can see that there's a lot of figurines because this is just, here's the figurines that you start with, and then you have a ton here that you can buy up. When you purchase your guard or your guys, you start out with 3 serfs and a warrior, and your first turn your goal is to get the mana tower if you can, and you want to get the mana tower before research and scribe is done. Now, no, people may not use that, but in the game, you know, the very first turn, somebody takes tax, you follow, the next person takes research, you follow, or recruit, you follow, and you get 2 more serfs. And then the next turn is probably yours, and I would build, or I'm sorry, I'd actually probably march first. Pray somebody takes build. If somebody takes build, you follow, and you build your mana tower. And then you can probably cast at that point because you'll have spells in your hand to cast. That's nearly a perfect start for you. But if maybe not, you just do research scribe and scribe a good spell if you got one. But now you can do more stuff, and the reason for that is this. As you can see, the elves have many decisions to make, and right here, the mana tower, that is their best power play for points. I think this is the best level 1 building ever. You draw spell cards and scribe them when everybody else can do one or the other, not both. You may cast up to 2 spells instead of 1 in the second level. And spells are victory points. Super, super important. Number 3, victory point for every forest. You're building victory points here. You're building victory points here. And you're able to build victory points because of here. Now, the second most important one to get is the garrison. But, there's a big but here, but you have to make a decision on how you're going to do this. You can either go through the Shadow Guild to earn extra mana that way, or the Sea Dogs. The Sea Dogs gets you a Corsair, which can help you move your troops 3, possibly 4 sea spaces. And when it's in the sea, you get 2 mana. Your Shadow Guild, whenever you move an army containing a serf, enters a forest region, it gains a mana. And what you end up doing is you just set up a you set up like your Phoenix, your Spire, to carry a serf between your 2 mana areas, and you're collecting mana every turn on top of collecting mana. So Shadow Guild's a possibility, but it kind of requires the Air Spire. So I actually prefer just using this Sea Dog and the Corsair to collect 2 mana every turn. So if I'm going to do that path, I'm going to create the mana tower first, Sea Dog second, and then the garrison, even though the garrison's more important than the Sea Dog. Because once you get the garrison in, your troops can your warriors can play in the forest and collect mana like they were serfs. And then you also all your warriors in regions adjacent to your towers gain +1 army. Or +1 army, +1 fighting. So what are the commander, the sorcerer, and the assassin? We'll start with the assassin. The assassin, when it's moving alone, it gains +2 movement, which is okay. The assassin, when it marches and then you use muster and march again, you may move any enemy hero one spot away from where they're at. So you can break up a group, or you can bring one of them closer to you. This makes it so you can weaken their defenses and attack other ways, or you can use the third ability, which is really kind of cheap, but you can initiate a battle and bring that character into your space, initiate a battle, gain 1 victory point for initiating the battle, and then without playing the tactic cards, destroy their hero. As I said, it's kind of cheap. I've only been able to pull it off once, so it's not easy to do. So I don't look at this as a victory point machine, but that is available. If you have it, you can think about it. This is the guy that does all the work. This is the heavy lifter. When he's out of the capital, your armies, not including his own, all gain +1 strength. So if you have 2 serfs, those 2 serfs together only have 2 are attack. Now they have 3. You know, if you have a warrior and a serf, instead of having 3, they now have 4. And he's not even in that army. Look, his battle is 4, but his movement's only 1. He combines very well with the Corsair or the Air Spire, or I should say the Phoenix. You fly around the map with the Phoenix, drop your commander and your Phoenix along with one other troop on somebody, and you can cause a lot of battle and gain victory points. And then when the commander attacks, tactic cards cost 2 fewer resources. So you can just literally take over the board and gain victory points using the commander. Last one is the sorceress. The sorceress, when it attacks, when she's not in her tower, she gains 1, or not in the tower, when she's not in the courtyard, you gain 1 mana from her wherever she's at, as long as she's not in the courtyard. So getting her out of the courtyard helps bring in mana. And once again, this race is mana driven. When the sorcerer takes tactic cards, or attacks and tactic cards are revealed, you may spend 3 mana to destroy 1 serf or 1 warrior in the enemy's army. This is before the tactic cards are revealed. And then she can do the same thing, except for she spends 5 mana on the level 3, and she can destroy any 1 unit. So they attack you with a 2 heroes and a serf, and you have just a hero and a warrior. You then destroy one of their heroes, and now you have a hero and a warrior to their hero and serf. You're sitting in a pretty good place. So it's not a great unit, but this ability on here helps you out a lot. So when playing the elves, know that you have to build your mana tower first, get that going, then try to find a way to get more mana. The Air Spire with the Phoenix does a good job, because at level 3, the Phoenix is destroyed, you gain 4 mana, then you pay 2 mana to bring it back. So you just throw it into battles twice, and it dies twice, but you gain 4 mana overall because you gain 2 each time, and you still have your Phoenix. And if you're initiating the battle, you get a victory point for that. And now you have 4 more mana to spend more spells. You can see how it all builds on itself for you. So this is my talk about the elves and what I think is the best strategy for them. Your goal is to outpace everybody in points. by outpacing everybody in points by doing the abilities of the Mana Tower, casting 2 spells and getting 2 sets of victory points, even if the spells aren't worth anything to you. Collecting cards and scribing them at the same time instead of splitting it up. And then collecting stuff in the spaces, the forest spaces when you win. So the elves are really good. They're very easy to play if you think about it and look at what they have. So this is Leon from Beyond the Plastic saying, hey, the elves are great in Heroes, and have fun.